Good morning, everyone. Really good live stream yesterday, so a few things I'm going to talk over. Probably this is going to be a short one because I've got a lot to do today. The gym. Probably will do a live stream later on. I'm going to do as many as I can now. I'm doing pretty much everything that needs to be done is getting done daily, and that kind of explains the whole merit of this video, what I'm teaching on the paid programs, free platforms as of this, and what I live and breathe every single day in my own life, because I love it. I pretty much love it. It's challenging, but I'm actually scared not to be disciplined, not to live a positive life, not to give everything you got every day. And I'm also scared to not teach it because missing out people if you're not doing it. Right, so the title of this live stream is don't give up just because you haven't gotten the results yet, or and you're in pain. There's not a single person on planet Earth living and breathing who hasn't had this thought process or emotion. It comes with being human. We want certain results in our life, in most cases, especially if you're a high achieving person, or you want more out of life in yourself and you want to give more. If you want more out of life and you want to achieve more and you want to give more, and you've not achieved either of those things or any, you're going to have this thought process. You're going to feel like giving up, because that's the way the human mind works. That's how we've been programmed. People basically say, well, I'm 40 now, or I'm 30, or I'm 50, 60, or I'm 25, and it hasn't happened after all this time of me putting effort in, or maybe not putting enough effort, so that, so there's no hope for me. I'm hopeless, I might as well quit. But that's actually not the right attitude to have. It's okay to think that because you're human, but it's not letting those thoughts and that conversation make you quit, because there is always hope. There's always hope. We've seen it throughout history, and if you can't find hope in yourself, then you've got to get a mentor. You've got to get around some other people. You've got to watch some videos, I guess, which is what you're doing now. So it's really about, it's about doing it daily. It's about not giving up. It's about finding the gift, finding the treasure within the pain that you're in, within the struggle. Because we all go through struggles and we all go through pain. Again, you can't escape that, regardless of what people think. It doesn't matter what you've got, when you grew up, who you are. I studied people for 40 years. I've been mentoring people for 12. I've never seen anybody that hasn't gone through a time of struggle, pain, disappointment, self-doubt, and having this inner conversation, which is what's the point, because people want to find a point, which is fine. Well, there is a point. The point is not to quit. If you give up, what else are you going to do? You've come this far. So daily discipline. What I would give people, there's so much good motivation online, and I watch it as well, because I like it to motivate me, because I'm motivating others. But one of the very few things people say, which I say, and which I teach every day, is daily discipline. If you make the bed when you feel like there's no hope in life or giving up, what you're telling yourself that you're not quitting. Because not quitting, not giving up, it's not just based on what you say. Because anybody can say, I'm positive, I'm successful, I'm kind, I'm caring, I never give up. Good, those things are good, but are you living it though? Because if you're saying those things, but deep down, you do want to give up, and you're not going gym, and you're not trying to be kinder to people and yourself, and you're not making the bed, then you have given up. So let's make sure that we're not hiding behind motivational quotes, themes and words, but we are being practical and spiritual, if that makes sense. So today you've got the opportunity to not give up. You've got 24 hours in a day. I said it on the live stream yesterday. When I had a mental health breakdown in hospital, this is lovely, my whole attitude towards daily living changed from just going about the day, kind of wasting it and daydreaming, too much anxiety or selfish thinking, to every single day is an adventure. Every day you can improve. You can improve by the day. If you improve by the hour, by the day, you will eventually find hope, and then the results will eventually follow. But the results usually don't come when people are resenting the process. They're resenting working hard. They're resenting the pain, which I understand. Again, I understand all of it. I understand, I'm human, been through it, and helped many of my clients to break through it and succeed. So, not losing hope is also a practical thing. It is important. Speeches are important, don't get me wrong. I'm doing one now. So go online, never quit on your dreams. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, all that stuff. Don't give up, don't give in, very important. But you can't just listen to that stuff and then stay in your bedroom, because your life isn't going to change like that. You've got to come out of the house. My teaching works. If you're feeling hopeless, then get out of bed, make the bed, really try and get around some people that are kind. Or if you can't have access right now, go to a coffee shop, go to a park, go for a run. If you feel hopeless, you make the bed and you go for a run, you've already succeeded. So look at life in hours, in days. Don't just look at the whole trajectory of your life as, well, I'm 35 now and I don't have the house or the wife or the money or the respect or the confidence that I wanted. I understand this. Life's hard, it's disappointing at times. Keep going. Get up, get yourself in shape whilst you're waiting for those things. Don't just sit around waiting for things to happen. Make it happen. Get in shape. Do what you can do now. There's so much that people can do. You can diet, eat healthy food. You can be creative. There's so many things that you can do in each and every day. But if you don't have the discipline and the awareness and the desire and the will, then you will stay. You will stay in the same place that you are, and you mustn't do that. Well, you've got to do something about it. You've got to do something infinite. You repeat this every live stream, I understand. Go to the gym. Because, I mean this well, everybody has shame and regret, but do something about it now. The day's early, so make your day good today. Clean your apartment, make your bed, do some reading, go for a walk, do your washing, do the daily things that need to be done, and you will feel less ashamed. Because all these things are energy. What are we going to do about it? Because we all carry things. Do something about it, and when you do, you feel good. You feel really good. I do it every single day. I woke up this morning, I had an extra hour because I've been working very hard, enjoying it. I got up this morning, I'll show you. Without hesitation, bag's packed, my gym stuff's in here, ready for the gym after. I got my coffee, I got my water, I did my gratitude straight away, straight onto this live stream. No time for too much negative thinking and procrastinating, straight into it, Spoke to the nice people here that served me coffee. Be kind. Okay. What are you going to do about it, man? What are you going to do about it? Everyone feels that, Everyone feels what you're feeling. Do something about it. Go to the gym. I keep saying it. You're not listening. If you don't listen, then I can't help you. Or get therapy. I don't know your situation. Get some help if you need it. Get some therapy. Go to the gym. Clean your apartment, and then you're going to feel better. And you can build from there. People don't understand that you've got to build in life. You can't always just think, well, why am I in this position in my life? And it's miles away to my goals and my dreams. Well, that's human thinking. I get that. You've got to build, you've got to humble yourself. You have to be humble. What are you going to give to others? These are the questions these are better questions. The pain's going to question you, your anxieties, your insecurities, your shame. Why is this happening to me? Why am I like this? It's called life. Life happens to all of us. It's not always fair. It isn't always fair. But it's also fair if you work hard and you're grateful. It can be beautiful as well. What are you going to do about it? To everybody. Do the daily discipline that I teach on all my mentorship programs and I live. When you wake up in the morning, don't sit around hopeless and, killing yourself with negativity, intrusive thoughts. Make the bed, clean the apartment, get the hell out of the house, leave the house, go for a walk. If you've got animals, take your cat or, your dog for a walk. Help other people. Don't just be selfish. When you're on a journey to improve your life, it's so important that you don't get stuck in a trap that a lot of people do, and I've done it as well. I'm doing pretty good at the moment. Don't be always selfish. Help other people. The way you help people is by being kind to other people. You don't have to be a therapist or a teacher to do that. Just be human. think about other people. It will actually take you out of your own pain. But if you're just stuck in your selfishness and it's all about yourself, it's lonely. You're going to feel hopeless. It's not a way to live. So succeed by all means, but help other people, treat people well. Your life will be better immediately. Even right now when I say it, it confirms it. Feel it inside. So if you help others and you're kind to them on your journey, your success will speed up, you'll feel better. That's discipline. Go to the gym, clean your apartment, be kind to people, try to remove yourself from negative people, try not to be negative yourself, eat a healthy diet, work on positive thinking, practice gratitude. What are you grateful for? I'm grateful that we've got another day, I'm alive, I've got a coffee, I'm on the live stream again. There's a lot of momentum building. I'm helping people, I'm helping myself, I'm running my business, my clients are doing well, future's bright. I was going to say it's orange, but it's not orange today, it's kind of navy blue, my favorite color, black, white. Just keep going. If you want to keep growing, you've got to keep on going. If they're not letting you grow, then you've got to let them go. So you've got to help people, guys and girls. You can't just be selfish, because if you're selfish, you can have massive amounts of pain and shame. So pull together, got to toughen up. Got to toughen up, man. For people, especially men, I think a man should be a man. He should be strong. He should be vulnerable too. It's a balance, soft and strong. Treat people well. You're going to regret it later on, everyone, I promise you. One of the biggest regrets people have on their deathbed is the way they treated people, So make sure that you do the best to treat people well. Obviously, there's times where people are going to upset all of us. That's life. Get on with it. Either move away from them, change yourself, but be kind to everyone that you can be, and it makes up for it. It's hard. Working hard is hard, but it's also fun. You got to push through it. When you're doing a run, when you're on your run, when I'm on my run, especially when I'm doing the hills at the start, it was tough. You want to give up. You feel like you're going to get sick. It's not pleasant. You can't breathe when you're at that certain point. But in that moment, you have a choice. Am I going to quit and give in because it's getting difficult? Or am I going to go, actually, this is beautiful. Change your whole relationship with challenge and pain. Where am I going to be in the next few months? How many people will I help? How is my life going to change? What kind of person will I be? My character. Work on your character. Character's now. Material stuff's always in the future. Not that important. A little bit of fun. Character starts off when you wake up in the morning. As soon as you wake up, you've got a choice. Most people, my life, they start complaining, I'm ashamed. Thank you God, man. Thank you for another day. Let's make this day the best we can and give as much as we can. Let's simplify it. Let's have a good day. First exercise of character building. Second exercise, you make the bed, make it all neat. The pillows, the bed. You look around, you're like, okay, last night's trash needs to be put it in the bin. Spray some freshener, clean the toilet, brush your teeth, have a shower, get your gym bag ready to go to the gym, go for a coffee, sit down. For me, this is what makes a day amazing. It's the simple things. But when people are not conscious and they're asleep and they're moody and they're in that state, they can't see it. It doesn't exist. They can't appreciate the simple things because they're too busy complaining about what they don't have. Everyone's busy, but focus on what you do have. Whenever you worry about or complain or get upset or ashamed of the things in life that you don't have, you should immediately point to the things that you do have. You're still alive, you've got health, you have a home, you can eat, you've got an infinite amount of creative energy. You can create a business, you can do some writing, you can write a book, you can take the dog for a walk, create. And try and do away with the complaining, because at the end of the day, no one cares. No one cares about excuses and complaining. As time goes on, it won't be remembered. Message for everyone. Tell myself that. It will not be remembered. Show up. Turn the complaining and the blaming and the shame into positivity. into being kind, that will be remembered. You know, people always remember Muhammad Ali. They always talk about him. Obviously, he was a great boxer, heavyweight champion, but they more talk about the person that he was, the way that he inspired people, all the different generations. Character, not bank account, not followers online. Character, the heart of a man, the spirit of a man, which is why I said, never judge a man by his hairline, his bank account, his Instagram following, or his friends, or his social status. Judge him by his character, judge him by his heart, judge him by the way he treats people, especially when he's in pain and things are not going well. Look at those things. Those things are the important things, because you know, when we all die, no one's going to say, did you see his Instagram following? Wow, did you see the watch that he had on? They're not going to say that. It doesn't get said. It's going to be felt, and they're going to remember and feel how he showed up, how he was with people, how he treated people, generally speaking. Bruce Lee comes to mind. Dedication, hard work, the character of the man, the energy, the intensity, the inspiration, the courage, charisma, personality, character. Just gonna have a few minutes just to relax. So that's it. You know, that's how you that's kind of the answer to this question, and you've got to keep working on what can you give to the world and people, as opposed to what, you know, I want to get things all the time. If you want to get things all the time, you're going to be miserable. What about giving? Giving is 1,000,000,000 times more powerful, but in order to give, you've got to wake up, get out of bed. You know, you've got to be disciplined. It takes discipline to give. People get too caught up on mood. People are fanatical about always being happy. It's not that important. What's important, of course it's nice to be happy, but what's more important is being grateful, having gratitude, because happiness is a lie. Because people are happy for half an hour when they make some money, or when people are nice to them, but as soon as something doesn't go well, one email, one challenge, they're moody again, unless they've got gratitude and discipline. So for me, I don't really pride my whole life on being happy. It's more about growth, being a good person, treating people well, and actually, challenging myself. You can't be happy if you want to keep growing. You're not like, when you're doing a marathon, people do a marathon because they want to achieve something, they want to grow, they want to help other people. It inspires everybody. I always respect someone who does a marathon. It's amazing. So when you're doing a marathon, you're exhausted. You're not going, wow, I'm looking to be happy. It doesn't make sense. It's like, I want to succeed. I want to challenge myself. I want to, you want to experience connection. And connection is not always happiness. I'm not happy right now. I've got connection, even better. I've got gratitude, and there's joy. Joy is coming. There is joy. But I'm not sitting here going, when I'm doing this live streaming, to be happy. It's not correct. It's incorrect. But of course, every now and then, happiness comes by, and it feels good. But don't fall for it. Don't fall for happiness, because it will only lead to misery. But look for love, gratitude, the simple things in life. Gratitude is better than happiness. Connection, Good morning, man. I would say whatever you're struggling with, your ego, what you said, how hard to go, I would say do the opposite, because a lot of times when there's a struggle with ego, the thing you need to do is the opposite. So, like you said, your ego might say, well, I'm sparring and I'm weak, I'm not tough, or I should be going harder. Well, then you should do the opposite. If my ego said I should be responding to everyone who criticizes me and threatening and being aggressive, then I'm not going to do that. It's not good advice. Usually it's not good advice from ego if it's too heavy. It's punishing you as well, right? It's not making you feel good. So a strong man, a character would be, you know what, I'm going to let it go. This might help you with a story. I was in the gym once, and I think I was on the bag. I was working out on the bag, which is honest, and a guy came up younger than me, and initially he seemed a little bit aggressive. I think he said to me, can he use the bag or something? I didn't like the way that he spoke to me. I went to react, right? It's ego, I guess it is ego, my ego and his. But I checked in and realized, no, I'm gonna be a better man. So I controlled myself and said, no, I'm not finished yet, politely, but I said, I'm gonna be done in around 10 minutes and it's all yours. Originally, I was planning to stay on the bag for an hour, but I gave in. That's strength of character. That's what I've learned from people that have got better character than I have. And then he was nicer. But if I would have said, who are you talking to? This is my bag. It gets silly, it gets immature. So part of growing is what you said, to recognize these things which are more important than happiness and start to make changes. So what's more important than happiness is the way you treat people, appreciation, simplicity, gratitude, peace, connection, and I guess working on your character, your ego. If you do all those things, at some point you're going to be happy anyway. But you can't just chase happiness unless you want to keep getting pain. You're up, you're down. I know I'm right, I'm speaking the truth. Same, I say it when I mentor people, clients, they start businesses, which is great, to help people to build a YouTube channel, and then they say, oh, I'm not happy because I'm not getting the views yet. And I say, well, I told you got the wrong mindset. You're not going to get lots of views straight away. You started, but you've got to focus on the fact that you're doing really good. The main focus should be on helping people. That's your job. You come into the business of coaching to help people. Yeah, of course, you've got to make money as well. It's a business. But the main thing is you love helping people. Help them. It's not about how many views you get or subscribers. It's helping people. Do your job. Do what you're meant to do. Be honest with what you're doing. When you do that and you don't give up, guess what's going to happen? When you stop focusing on views and subscribers and you're grateful, and you stop being miserable and chasing happiness, you're going to get subscribers and views, because people are going to sense that you're genuine, you're true with what you're doing. And even if they don't sense that on a conscious level, it's going to happen, and you won't care if it doesn't, because the joy of giving from an honest place, truthful place, is far better than the views and the subscribers anyway. Because when you get the views and the subscribers, you'll soon be back to being miserable again. It will not fulfill you. So that fleeting happiness, it doesn't work. I tried it for the first 20 years of my life. It don't work. But what works is what I'm telling you. Discipline always works. Gratitude always works. So my thing in life is when people say, do you want to be happy? It's like, no, I want to be disciplined. I want to be grateful. They're better than happiness. Happiness will just come here and there, but it's fleeting, it's an emotion. But spiritual connection, faith, God, the real things, is not happiness. It's better than that. It's longer lasting. Do you know what? I mean, I'm not going to get into that now. I'm not going to start analysing my personality, because I need to focus on what I've come here today, and that's to help people. Appreciate your question. And right now, I don't want to talk about my personality and all those things, but you make up your own decision. Everyone's going to have their own opinion, but I can't really say based on that question. But I would say, if you want to improve your life, then follow the daily discipline that I'm teaching and sharing, and that will help you a lot. Hey Lee, are you new to the channel, Lee? I appreciate you coming. I appreciate all of you coming on today. Please subscribe if you want to subscribe, and you're getting a lot of confidence and you're learning a lot from my mentorship platform story. Which way will you recommend for a man to stand up for himself in uncomfortable situations? What's the secret? Well, that's a good question. I covered it yesterday, Lee. I did a live stream. I went into it, a real long explanation on this. If you go on the channel, I think it's titled Stop People Pleasing, Stand Up to Bullies, but I'll quickly give you a summary now, right? I think, well, one of the things that you could do, you should do if you can, I don't know what your age is or it doesn't matter, learn some self-defense, do a bit of boxing. You don't have to fight, but learn some boxing, get yourself fit body, fit mind. That's really important, and for women as well. Anyone that wants to learn, to be able to stand up for themselves in uncomfortable situations, I really recommend fit body, fit mind. The second one is try to learn to stand up for yourself without using anger. And this is where a lot of people get scared and uncomfortable. When situations get uncomfortable, let's say, for example, what happened to me yesterday. I went into a business. I go there for many years, and I'm very nice to the people. They're nice to me, but they got some new staff, and there was a guy there. I was very nice to him, polite with him, really nice of him. He was very rude to me. I didn't like the way he spoke to me. He was aggressive. So, I could have been really aggressive back and shouted at him, but no, I'm not going to do that. But I told him off. I stood up to him and I just said, I paused, calm. I said, excuse me, mate. I said, don't speak to me like that again. I said, I always try to treat people with respect. I said, I run a business. You're working for a business. I respect that, but don't ever speak to me like that again. I'm not going to have that. And then he said, okay. Because I said, all I did was, I bought a coffee, I paid for it, I was polite to you, I came back and I asked you politely, can I buy a bottle of water? And you was aggressive towards me, and he spoke to me rudely in front of other people. So I stood up for myself, but I did it in how I spoke now. So that is really important, what I said, Lee, because of course you can do it, and if you do, you've got to forgive, but if you react with anger, it just makes you feel awful. And then you feel guilty for the other person. So you learn to be assertive and stand up for yourself. I'm not even going to generalize, for men and women, by being calm. But that takes practice. That takes discipline and fitness. Does that make sense? So it's emotional control. Now, of course, if someone's striking you, I hope that isn't happening right now. It probably isn't, right? But let's just say for kids at school or anywhere, adults, if someone's hitting you, then you've got a self-defense. Or if you can't, then you've got to report it to the police. So there's only so many ways. If you're getting bullied and you can't deal with it, you go to the police, or you go to your friends, or you learn martial arts, or you learn how to, obviously defend yourself. So that would be my advice. It's all about developing yourself. I don't think there's a particular secret. I think it's what I said. It's learning to get comfortable as well in these situations, because no one really likes arguments. I don't. No one likes confrontation. These are things that you sometimes have to learn to do because it's part of life, but you try not to get into altercations with people by treating them well, and I try to respect everybody, but obviously at times not everyone may be like that with you. So that'd be my explanation. And it's not being afraid of people, it's not being afraid to be afraid, it's having courage. But yeah. But I'd say an even better one is put your mind and your heart into a very good place by living a day, so there's a lot of people, someone's liking my Instagram, keeps popping up. So by being positive, when you're in the mindset of giving and not taking, I mean this generally for everyone, not just for you, Lee, everyone, me included, you don't get into these altercations. It's quite rare that I have these problems with people, quite rare. When I was younger it happened a lot because I was projecting a lot of anger and I was very reactive because I got bullied. So I reacted to every little thing that people said, and that's insecure, and that's not a great way to live. So I had to develop myself, and I had to do the things that I'm encouraging you to do, Lee. I had to learn, how to build my self-esteem up, how to make sure I was treating people well, but not letting people walk all over me. And I learned boxing, self-defense, bodybuilding, martial arts. I've done public speaking. I worked on improving myself as a human, treating people better. If you treat people well, this has come to me, this is true. If you consistently are nice to people and kind and genuine and you respect them, that will give you the strength so that if someone tries to bully you and be nasty, you're in a position where you can handle it in love, if that makes sense. It does make sense, because I'm living it and practicing it and helping people. You're in a better position. But if you're always letting your anger beat you, you're going to be quite weak, because anger at the core is a weakness, it is fear. Of course it's normal, we all get anger, but maturity is not erupting and letting it all out on someone, and then when you calm down you're like, oh no, what have I done? And so is the other person. So self-control is important, especially for men. Learning to feel the anger, but to control it and be calm and speak calmly how I'm speaking. You know, it really is about maturity. A lot of men, they struggle with this identity of, and I understand, especially in today's times, it's very confusing with all different opinions, but even before we get to that, and I had my struggles growing up, they struggle with, not wanting to be dominated and disrespected and bullied by other men, and that always comes from usually two reasons. The first reason is because of getting bullied when you're younger, and that bullying makes you feel like you're demasculated. I went through that. My client was saying that the other day I was helping him with that. He's doing great. So bullying makes you feel like that, and I got bullied growing up. I got bullied badly, probably like a lot of you to begin with. So the bullying makes you angry, makes you hurt, makes you ashamed. It makes you feel used and abused. So you don't want that to happen anymore, and it makes you feel like you're less of a man. I get it. But the way that you overcome that is by, rebuilding your confidence, growing and maturing. And obviously, when I was younger at school, the way I felt about myself is not the same now, because I've matured, not just in age, but spiritually. I've worked on myself. So I'd say to men, of course it's not right what happened to them. It's not right, it happened to me. It's wrong. It's wrong if someone done that to you. But you've got to take responsibility if you want to change your life, and you've got to work on rebuilding yourself. You've got to get your self-esteem up. You've got to get secure in yourself, where you're not sitting there thinking, oh, I'm insecure, the next man's going to try and bully me, or when I'm around men, how should I be? Should I dominate them? Should I argue? When you're thinking like that, it's not a good place. The best place for a man to be is, I want to be a good man and be a gentleman and not bully people, or not be in the mindset that I need to control. I need to not be controlled. I need to control men because they're going to control me. I've been there. You can hear where I've come from. It needs to be, I'm just going to let go of it and be kind and nice. Most times, if you respect men, I know this. I'm a man. I've been teaching friends, had girlfriends. If I treat you well, you won't feel that you need to compete with me, or in your head think I need to be better than him, or is he trying to outman me? Is he talking? You won't be in that mindset. You won't feel that way, because my love, my respect for you is going to diminish that. It's going to remove that, and you're going to give me the same back. Hopefully, both of us will, and then we have a connection. So men have got to grow up a bit and get out of this thing that in order to be a man, I need to be better than him. That's actually not being a man. That's being insecure. It's being a coward. Because a strong man doesn't have to dominate other men to show that he's strong. He could actually set a good example and actually be a loving person. So to get to this point, you've got to work on yourself. Because when I was younger, I was same as all of you. I was initially kind and sensitive, but when I got bullied, it made me mad. And then my thinking got negative. So don't let the bullying that you've underwent and the abuse change your thinking from kind, strong in love, to negative and aggressive and angry. Does that make sense? Because you won't get far in life like that. I've seen it. Believe me. I've seen it. Even with bullies later on, they regret it. It's sad. It is heartbreaking how they end up if they don't change. They end up being broken in life because they get the pain of regret, or they have a humbling with God. Their guilt kicks in, the remorse, and they feel terrible with all of the pain that they put on people, and it will weaken them. You will not be strong if you bully people. You will not sustain strength if you try to control people. Look at life, you see it. I'm not judging. So many guys you see years later, ex-gangsters, they come out of prison and they're sad. If they change, it makes you cry. And they go, I wish I didn't do that to people. I used to beat people or hurt people. Some people have even, done worse. They grow up, wake up, grow up, mature. Of course, by all means, I'm not saying be a pushover. No, that's not how a man should be. There's a time to go, as I said, defend yourself. But you can't be like that all the time. And it's not necessary that you've got to constantly be defending yourself or proving that you're a man to prove you're a man. That's weak. It doesn't make sense. got to go now, guys, right? Got to head off to the gym. I really appreciate it. Today was a short one, and got to go now. So thank you for coming on. I've got all my videos online. I do more videos. And yeah, go away, think about what we said today and start to practice it. I'd say the best advice I'd give you is start with the gym, start exercising. That will fix most of the issues that you're having right now for everyone, all right? Appreciate it.